Yo, what is up, you guys? I'm DeAndre.
Javante, what's good?
And this is Dre and Jay. And today we're here to review the last two episodes of The Mandalorian. So episodes 4 and 5, or chapters 4 and 5. No, it's not chapters 4 and 5 anymore. It's episodes 4 and 5, chapters, I don't know.
It's like 20 and 20.
20, something like that, yeah. So yeah, 4, liked it. I know that one was directed by Carl Weathers. And solid job, you know. I it was funny because you were talking about when we did the first review for Mandalorian, you were like, shit, I don't know why them niggas training there with the damn gator. Mm-hmm. And I'm over here like during this episode, them niggas still training there, even though they got a bird that just snatched a nigga up. Like
the bird dead though.
Yeah, but that's spoiled. You spoiled what the
nigga. That's just weeks behind. You didn't watch that shit by now.
I was just saying you were a little ahead of where I was getting at, but yeah. Nah, I'm kidding. I do have one complaint about that episode. And this goddamn baby Grogu and the jumping and shit. It just... They need to start doing CGI with some of his movements.
Just because he's small, bro. That's the only reason it looks like that, because he's so small. That's the only reason, because he's smaller than the average Yoda looks. Yoda's not as small as him. He's smaller than Yoda.
I'm saying he's looked better. He looked
weird jumping
when he jumped into the pod to escape. That looked a lot better than what he did.
Bro, even go back to when Luke Skywalker, he's training with Luke, he's jumping from doing the training. He looks weird doing it then also. Yeah. Because he has this big ass coat and he's a small creature. That's why.
He looked weird. Again, he looked weird during that, but at the same time, I was like, that's not too bad. This one...
It looked bad then also.
This one...
But just because he's small, bro. It's not nothing to do. Even that scene when he jumps in the pod, it's a darker scene, is it not?
No,
it's a darker scene, right?
They need to do better.
It's not about doing better. Bro, he's a small character. It's not going to look right either way you do it because he's a small character. How many small characters have you seen doing backflips and shit like that?
Nah, I don't care.
How many small characters have you seen doing it?
Yoda's
not as small as him. He's smaller than Yoda.
Still, bro, look, Javante, the way it looks, it looks like someone is holding the nigga and flipping.
That's my point, DeAndre. It's not like it's gonna like that visually because he's so small. Depending on the size of the character also changes how you look at the dynamics of everything. You look at this character who's doing backflips. He's 3 feet tall. He's tiny. Yoda's like 4 feet, 4 or 5 or some shit like that. He's taller.
It doesn't matter, Javante.
And he has this big ass cloak on.
They need to add more as far as the movements, like actually, like maybe he like show his knees bend, like I don't know, some shit like
he's
that.
He's small.
That's not a good enough excuse, Javante.
Dodger, you're not listening. You want to see knees? He's wearing a fucking long ass cloak and he's 3 feet tall, bro. It's part of it. It's part of visualization when you see the shit. When you see the character on this big ass platform and he's doing flips and shit, he's small. That's all I'm saying.
So you think that shit look good? Okay.
I'm not saying it looks good, but what I'm saying is you really can't do much with it because he's a small character. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is the character already looks he's already small, so on screen, everything he does, when he does movements, looks weird.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Shit look terrible. They need to do better with that. I will say it was cool to see Ahmad Best, because I know they did the flashback with the Order 66. It was great to see him as Kelleron Beck, which was a character they played for that Star Wars. It was like that show, that game show or whatever. And they actually brought that character into live action with him rescuing Grogu from the Jedi Temple, escaping with them on the Naboo starfighter, which was really cool. And good for him because, obviously he was a guy who faced a lot of adversity after playing Jar Jar Binks in the original, in the prequel trilogy. Got a lot of hate for it, and even to a point where this man contemplated suicide. So just great to see that he's in a better place now and that he's accepted by Star Wars fans now. So I thought that was really cool to see, and it kind of brought a little tear to my eyes as I watched.
Yeah, that was all cool. I agree with what you said. I think one of the cool things for me this episode was the Mandalorians and just the way they look at Bo-Katan, the way they just really value tradition. Like when they're all having camp, they're all about to go eat, and they're talking about you take your helmet off, stuff like that. Like they leave her the campfire because it's her plan. She's the one leading the attack. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to see the Mandalorian how they really do stand by their traditions and by their beliefs. I thought that was interesting. Seeing the young kids fight and seeing all the people train and stuff like that was dope. Just because the Mandalorians are still human, not like super freaks or anything like that. They're human still. They're just, skilled and wear armor. But it was dope seeing the younglings train and seeing Grogu in that fight scene. Johnny said he didn't like how it looked. I agree. I don't like the way it visually looks, but I don't expect nothing else because I didn't like how Grogu has looked when he's done any kind of movement besides walking. Because he's such a small little creature, it's hard to just make that shit look good on screen. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was fun seeing. I thought it was fun when he getting hit and then he finally shoots the kid. I thought it was cool. Like I enjoyed it. So overall, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was fun, nice little adventure, nice little growth among characters when it comes to the Mandalorians and the Heavy Mando especially. So
yeah. I mean, like, well, and then even like the hunt, I thought it was really cool, especially when they got the kid away and the bird. I mean, when he fell in the water, it was just like Jurassic World with the the Mosasaurus swallowing up the pterodactyl. Mm-hmm. So that was cool to see. That would get automatically like, oh shit, Jurassic World.
Kind of gave me Bugs Life vibes with the little birds when Hopper's getting fed to them by the big bird. It kind of reminded me of that with the little boys and the thing and stuff like that. But overall,
definitely, I mean, it definitely had some plot convenience, with the bird not like him waiting a whole day to finally give the kid up to the damn the nest.
Yeah, but
hey, that was super convenient that you stored him there in your belly this whole time instead of killing him right then and there. But hey, for the story, right? Now, because I've watched the 5th one, however, if I was like just basing off the first 4 episodes, I was starting to question like, oh, where's the series going? Because it was definitely a lot of like side missions. You didn't really get a full like, oh, okay, what's the story behind the season? I never really got that from the first 4 episodes. So that's where we're going to jump into episode 5, which was the one this past week. Best episode this season so far for The Mandalorian.
I agree.
To me, like that shit, amazing. I'm trying to think of the director that made it, but great job. For one, it was amazing seeing Zeb in live action. Zeb Dorelios from Star Wars Rebels. It looked like he was a Rebel pilot now, and I think Dave Filoni was in that scene as well in the bar because he had the cowboy hat and everything. And I think it was another director, Star Wars director.
He looked good. CGI looked good.
Yeah, the CGI looked amazing. That's probably like, I give them niggas credit because that was probably the best that I've seen from the series as far as like bringing a character from animation to live action. And that is where I start to question like, why couldn't the Grand Inquisitor look this damn good? Why couldn't Cad Bane? He was okay. They could have made him look better, but Cad Bane was all right. But yeah, Grand Inquisitor, 5th brother. Why didn't you make them niggas look like that?
It's not Mando budget.
Like Zeb, bro. That shit was good. CGI was amazing for his character, and I thought it was just some random Lasat, and then I heard the voice, and I was like, holy shit, that's Zeb. So amazing seeing some Rebel connections. I mean, I didn't mention this in our last review, but in the first episode when Grogu is looking out on the ship, you see the Purgles, the space whales flying by. That was another Rebels tie-in. So I think there's going to be a lot more down the road as well. But it's great to see, especially
because they're built that whole Ahsoka and her storyline and the whole they're building it all up now. So
yeah,
it makes sense. I enjoyed the episode a lot. I thought it was really cool. Seeing characters like I haven't watched all Rebels, but I kind of get I seen the main characters, so that was cool to see. I thought the scene when they're all coming down kind of reminded me of Warzone, Call of Duty, how they're all shooting down in waves and stuff like that to land, and the whole army attack and stuff was dope to me. Mm-hmm. Seeing the pirate king that was dope,
and even the pirates. Like, let's talk about them because I mean we consider like Star Wars shows and how they don't really like Andor or Kenobi. They don't really give the budget. Looking right for some of the creatures, and you look at the whole crew of that pirates, like the whole crew is aliens. Like there's no human among them. So again, man, priorities. I'm a little disappointed as far as Star Wars when it comes to other projects.
But that's why I said Star Wars is just in a place now where I kind of realize what it is. But if it ain't Ahsoka or Mando, they don't care about anything else. Like those are like their bread and butter when it comes to like shows that they pay the most attention to and really care the most about. To me, that's what it looks like.
And see, I wouldn't be mad at that if you had movies to go along with it. But when you don't have any movies right now, all your shows should be looking fire.
Well, even then, I still don't give you credit because you did Obi-Wan Kenobi and Boba Fett. Like, those two popular characters. Those characters should be done right. It's not like you did Andor badly. Like, two characters like Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi should be done with respect and class too. Like, they should have top quality also. So that definitely sucks. But not to get off topic, the aliens did look fire. The pirates look fire. I thought that was dope. Very felt much. This Mandalorian shows does a great job of feeling like Star Wars. I think better than any other show does. It feels a lot like Star Wars, always with the chases in the space, with the pirates chasing after Din Djarin. When you see the Mandos going through the city, fighting and stuff like that, like all that stuff was just dope to see. Seeing the Pirate King or whatever his name is, that was dope. Like all that's just dope. It just feels so much like Star Wars when you watch the Mandalorian show, which is great, but it's also sad because all these other projects have come out and they don't give you that same feeling. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But overall, man, really enjoyed this episode.
Hey, the armor, she was putting in that work too.
Yeah, she came. That motherfucker was like going crazy.
Well, she was swinging on them niggas.
Yeah, she was on point, man. And I think the character development with the Mandalorians have been really great this season.
Yeah.
When it comes to Bo-Katan, really feel like Bo-Katan show, honestly.
I was gonna say, like, I think Bo-Katan has really had like the biggest character development so far this season from what I've seen, and moving forward, it seems like she's gonna be a big player in this. Like, she is the big player, because the armor told her to remove her helmet, and because she's of both.
Well, she already had it in episode 4, and she got the owl. She has the mythosaur, so she has both. But yeah, the armor tell. But I think everyone expected like Bo-Katan could be the middle ground because she's from a different tribe, but she can learn and gain that trust and gain like that understanding from different tribes to be able to say, hey, we can all come together. That's what the armor pretty much says. So
I don't see why they didn't do that with Mando. Like, they just didn't be like, you know what, you're a both.
Because Mando's not both. He's only seen one life. All he knows is what they've been taught him. Yeah. She's from a different time and a different class, like a different creed and all that kind of stuff. It's different.
It's just funny how like they were all looking at her. Because I mean, especially if I'm Mando, I'm like, motherfucker, I took my helmet off and you made me go all the way to Mandalore to some shit that at the time was impossible.
Who told you to take your helmet off?
It didn't seem like it existed.
Who told you to take your helmet off?
Huh?
Who told you to take your helmet off?
Okay, I did, nigga.
Yeah, you chose to do it for another reason.
But still.
But also,
all that bullshit.
But also, Din Djarin's not from like think about her creed doesn't. They take their helmets off. That's normal for them.
Yeah.
He's from their type of lifestyle. So why the hell he take his helmet off? He doesn't know anything else.
For a second, when she took her helmet off and the armor approved it, I thought she was going to let everybody take their helmet off. I thought that's how I was going to be like, what?
You want to see Jon Favreau popping out?
Nah, that would have been crazy.
I thought it was dope. Like the whole like her being the leader now and being able to like go and find more Mandalorians. I think the Mandalorians have been one of the coolest things in the show. Seeing different colors, just the Mandalorians in general. Seeing so many of them has been dope. And now they're gonna be living on the Carl Weathers land and stuff like that he gave them and stuff like that. It's gonna be dope to see. Like, I think they have a bright future when it comes to the Mandalorians as a whole and like really building them up and showing them in a dope light and showing different kinds. Like they done a great this season, but I never see them doing more of that, which is amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
But as far as Din Djarin's kind of like been the back seat low key.
Yeah, they have.
Which is cool. I'm cool with him taking the back seat. I mean, he ain't got much to do.
I don't know.
And also go and give her sword back too. Okay, we're going there. We're gonna get there. She's getting that sword back. She's gonna be the leader of the fucking Mandalorians and she ain't got the sword.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a predetermined decision where they think that it's Bo, but it's actually Mando.
No, it better not be Mando. It better be Bo-Katan. I feel like that's disrespectful to Bo-Katan if you give Mando the main lead again.
I don't know.
I give Mando the show, but if you give Mando that kind of praise over Bo-Katan, what all she's been through, I expect that don't sit right. And also, she needs that sword back because Mando don't even use that bitch like that, bro. The sword like a back thing for him. He don't even use that motherfucker like that. Give her back her sword.
We didn't talk about this in episode 4, but it seems like Grogu's gonna be a fucking Mandalorian in the future.
That's gonna be interesting to see because I don't know how they're gonna put a helmet on him. I just don't. Well, I guess they could because they can take the helmet off.
They don't change it now where helmets are able to come.
I mean,
off.
that's gonna sell more toys, more merch,
Man.
Grogu helmets, Grogu armor.
Bro, I'm tired. I'm not saying I'm tired of Grogu, but like, I think he overstayed his welcome on the show.
Hey, bro, just always doing their thing. They said we're gonna make this money off Grogu.
I was actually looking this up because I remember when Jon Favreau first pitched the Mandalorian, he talked about what it was about. So I snipped that, and he said back then, we follow the travails of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. I'm thinking to myself,
we did do that.
What?
We followed. He's alone.
Hold on, lone gunfighter. This nigga ain't been alone for since the first 30 minutes of the first episode.
Still, I mean, it's like he don't have no. I mean, but think about the first whole season. He's like helping the kid doesn't even speak to him. He's literally just trying to help the kid. He don't know what the fuck the kid. It ain't like him and the kid are close.
Man, he's alone.
Not till the end of the season.
He ain't been no damn lone gunfighter.
But he is kind of alone because think about it, even when he comes back, the kid like the kid's kind of like there, but he's no. The kid doesn't speak to him or anything. Ain't that real connection there yet? That's a later on in the season.
Is he alone or is he not, Javante?
It says lone gunfighter. He is still alone because he can't. Who's fighting with him?
Technically, the kid got powers.
No, nobody knew that shit.
The kid had
Nobody
powers.
knew Grogu had powers. And
Grogu
can't even use his shot. He goes to sleep after he uses the fucking power in the first season. He was going to sleep.
The kid had powers, bro.
Was he not going to sleep right away?
He still had powers.
You can't use it.
Shit. And then he met Cara Dune at the third.
And Cara Dune was another person who's a bounty hunter. She was a what's it called? She wasn't no damn help. She wasn't no damn partner.
Okay, hey.
He had to call her back up and say, "Hey, I need your help." Even Carl Weathers, he had to call him up and say, "Hey, bro."
All I'm saying, my guy, is that that kind of was misleading in a way.
It's not misleading because that's kind of what we got in a way.
I mean, to each its own. I'm trying to think what else happened in this episode.
I mean, they don't just have a lone gunfighters walking around just shooting people. That's it. They had to have a story to tell.
Yeah, but the direction was good. The fights was amazing. I enjoyed especially the TIE fighter taking on the big old pirate ship was dope. Then we get back to the end of the episode with the rebel pilot discovering the ship that was holding Moff Gideon prisoner.
Yeah, he's escaped.
He's escaped
by Mandos.
Yeah, it's Mandos. Now, I don't know with that. Like, there's many things you can take away from that. It's either Moff Gideon is framing Mandalorians for it, like he intentionally made that.
How would you do that though? How would you do that though?
I don't know. I mean, he was a guy who had a Beskar. No, he didn't have Beskar's spear.
He had the sword. That was it.
He had the sword.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but I'm saying maybe he framed the Mandalorians, and the rebels are now going to try to attack the Mandalorians for freeing Moff Gideon.
Well, there's some bad Mandos out there.
Oh, and that's another
like
thing.
Vader type.
Darth Maul. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Like, okay, because remember in Rebels, Gar Saxon still had the remnants of Maul's Mandalorians. You know, so he had them, and then when he died, his brother, who was a Mandalorian, was working for the Empire.
That's all I'm saying.
Destroying Mandalorians.
That's what I think it is.
So it could be there could be some rogue Mandalorians working for the Empire, or it could be Saxon has another fucking brother that we don't know, or Saxon somehow survived and we could pull a fucking Palpatine somehow. Gar Saxon has returned.
Yeah, clone.
So yeah, there's those options. I heard someone say like, oh, it could be a Sabine and Ahsoka broke him out to try to get questions about where Thrawn is. But then I was like,
makes no sense.
It makes no sense because the fact that they were dead Republic soldiers, like they wouldn't do something like that. Could it be Thrawn himself? That freedom.
Maybe, but I don't know why you want to show Thrawn this early. You're still trying to build this shit up.
Yeah. So,
but could be. I don't know. I'm curious. The next one, Mandalorian's actually been pretty fire, like low key. I'm excited for the next episode. Yeah. Like, but the crazy thing is, I still don't see no hype from Mandalorian like that.
Yeah. But I will say that at least there is more of a story going forward.
Yeah, there's idea.
Okay, like I get.
Well, now we're going back to Mando because Bo-Katan's gone, so we're probably going back to Mando and his story and going back to what he's up to.
Yeah.
Which could be cool. So yeah, I definitely agree. There's a lot more story. I think you were right. Like a lot of the beginning was just side missions, stuff like that. But they're getting back on track.
Yeah, I actually hope it is the Maul Mandalorians or something. Or like there are some Mandalorians working for the
What about
Empire.
Boba Fett? I'm just playing.
Hell no.
Hey, Boba Fett was tight when he was a Mandalorian show.
Yeah, hey, bring him back. I'm fine.
That's the only time. That's the only way they made him tight.
Yeah, I'll bring him back. I'm all for it.
In somebody else's show though.
Yeah, I mean at this point.
I like when they're in the cave and they all talk with the little stick and shit. But when he's talking, he's telling them
talking stick.
Yeah, the talking stick, and he's telling them like, this is why we need to do this, stuff like that. And when Jon Favreau, the heavy metal guy, I thought he was gonna say, "Fuck that, we ain't helping these motherfuckers." He did kind of begin, but he said, "Bo-Katan, man, did Jar and save my kids." So like, I'm with them. I'm right with him. He's actually been kind of dope. This heavy metal's kind of not been on no bitch shit this season, which I kind of like. I think he's kind of been cool. Like, I think the respect level for him and Mando has grown, as well as Bo-Katan. Like, that respect level is just on a different high now.
Yeah.
And that's good. Like, and then the Mando's all right with them. But it's kind of like, yeah, honestly, it seems like Din Djarin and Bo-Katan are pretty much leading the Mandalorians now. But I feel like Bo-Katan is the one that, because what's the name? Armor could have told Din Djarin go find more Mandalorians. She told Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
So I think Bo-Katan's gonna be the one that's leading Mandalorian.
I don't.
Which makes sense because think about it. You're gonna have Din Djarin. You plan to have his adventure keep on going for years to come with series and possibly with Ahsoka series or whatever you're gonna do.
But how are you gonna give the darksaber away? You can't do it.
They can always find a way.
You have to
Star Wars find a way.
You have to lose it in combat.
Maybe he can just yield. Give her the sword.
He tried to do that at the end. Remember? He was like, "Fine, I'll yield," and then she said,
"Okay, maybe the ways are broken though. Maybe that's just one way of how it looks upon the Mandalorian. Like that's one Mandalorian's way of how the darksaber has to be won. Maybe there's a different way." Which so maybe they're gonna combine a different bunch of Mandalorians with different ideologies.
I don't know. I don't.
She's doing it with that darksaber, bro, because it makes more sense to have her have darksaber. And Din Djarin being the leader of Mandalore just don't make no sense.
I don't see him give. Because I don't know how you can really give up the darksaber without fucking. Combat.
Bro, I mean, ideology.
Bo, she got it out of some bullshit, but then they changed it. And that's when I was like, okay, why is it combat?
What if they change it again?
So,
what if it's just different ideology for different groups?
I don't see them changing it.
They're gonna change, bro. He don't even use it. You're wasting darksaber because he don't even use it. It's literally like a thing. Like people who bought the darksaber, like, oh, the darksaber is so cool, I'm gonna buy it. That motherfucker bought that shit out one time this whole season. You don't even use it like that. You might give that shit to fucking Bo-Katan or somebody else to use.
That's true. That's true.
He don't use it. He got too much other shit to be using. Shit, he's the one with matching armor too. The rest of these motherfucker got mismatched armor all the fuck. He don't have shit. I would have robbed that motherfucker already. It took his shit. Said, I want some of this goddamn best card too. I want my shit to match. But no, I think definitely Bo-Katan should end up with the darksaber. I hope, but I don't see Mandalorian being. I don't see Din Djarin be the leader of Mandalorians because he's still gonna be going out there doing other things. I think so. I think he's gonna be helping with Ahsoka. He's gonna help with Boba Fett down the road. He's gonna be helping with other characters. Like I don't see him ruling like that. I see him more as like a person who's there, maybe part of the council or something like that. Part of one of the people that like Bo-Katan listens to for advice and stuff. But he's gonna be doing his own thing still.
Maybe. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, hey, there's a mythosaur. Whoever rules the.
Bo-Katan saw it though.
Whoever rides the motherfucker though.
Bo-Katan's the one that saw it. But he chose her.
Yeah, but whoever rides the motherfucker, that's a.
But who saw Bo-Katan? Who saw it though?
She saw it, but she didn't ride the motherfucker.
But Din Djarin didn't even see it.
Okay.
So she's the one seeing it. That's why she told her, "I haven't seen it. You're the one seeing it. That's a vision." I'm tired of Din Djarin having everything. He got shit.
I mean, he was knocked out, so that's why you couldn't see it.
But she saw it.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm tired of Mando getting every goddamn thing, bro. Give Mando every fucking piece of
if they give Bo-Katan it, fine. I mean, at this point,
I'm
saying at this point, when the show is called The Mandalorian, it obviously is now playing into it is more than just Din. It is Mandalorians in general.
Yes,
like there is no. I guess there is no main character at this point when it comes.
And the crazy thing, they done a great job with Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan don't need a show. They done such a great job with her just in this series. They don't need to give her a show.
Oh no, they should.
Could have saved the Boba Fett.
Yeah, she's been amazing. Katie Sackhoff. I mean, from voicing her to playing her in live action, she does.
She's dope.
Perfection. I liked Tao's when she was talking about when I have the helmet on, I have to like show emotions a different way, and she really does when you see her with the helmet on, you could clearly see how she's thinking, what she's thinking.
Yeah.
So she really does a really great job of that.
Shout out DeAndre's favorite character, Grogu.
No, I'm done with Grogu. They should have left his ass with Luke, but it is what it is. Another complaint I have: Star Wars and Disney, they need to figure out when it comes to releasing shows, they need to start releasing them bitches separately, bro.
Bad Batch is done now.
Bad Batch ended, but that season finale, the 2-part season finale, was good as fuck. But that shit is over. Nobody talks about it as much because you have Mandalorian the same fucking night. They need to start planning that shit out.
Nobody's talking about Mandalorian like that either, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to have a separate night for these projects.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Marvel's doing the same thing when Marvel and Star Wars are going back and forth pretty much. Because you had Marvel writing and Star Wars coming with Andor or whatever it was at the time. But yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you. They definitely need to do a better job of planning. That's why I think everybody's slowing down. Marvel already done slow down with their show. I think Star Wars is going to slow down. But we'll see what they do with Celebration. Celebration's what? 2 weeks away?
Yeah, I think so. Have you seen the Bad Batch?
I haven't finished it yet.
Jesus, bro, you gotta watch it.
I watched Mando. I chose Mandalorian.
Yeah, that shit had me.
I tried to watch X-Men 97.
Yeah, Bad Batch, man.
I gotta watch it.
Hey, shout out to Dave Filoni, bro, because I haven't had this much heartbreak in a while when it comes to Star Wars, and somehow you did that shit. So I give you props on that. I'll give you a small spoiler.
Don't spoil shit for me.
I know, it's just a small spoiler quote. When do we ever follow orders?
Oh, you're gonna kill him off. I know he dying. You gotta say, I know he dying. I already know what the fuck coming. He dying. All I gotta do is say Crosshairs was dying. I already know. I got it now. You already said it. You pretty much said it without saying it. I know Crosshairs is dying.
Who said anything about Crosshairs?
Or he gonna kill one of his partners. I think he gonna be the one to die though. Yeah, or maybe kill one of them. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna check it out tonight though. Since you got me hyped up, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, watch it. It's good. It's good.
I'm gonna watch it.
Trying to think anything else about Mando.
Nah, Mando's been great, man. I mean, Mando's Mando. Like it's probably their best Star Wars show they have next to Andor for people who love Andor, but it's Mandalorian. Like you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Back in 2 weeks with the next 2 episodes, but we got a Celebration coming up pretty soon too. So we'll see what if they're gonna drop an episode during that time, or what they're gonna do with Celebration on the way. Mm-hmm. You excited about Celebration? No.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about Celebration.
Nobody does.
Yeah, I don't know how am I supposed to feel at this point.
We gotta talk about Celebration. We gotta talk about Star. We gotta talk about Drake just did about Star. We gotta just talk about Star Wars and what the hell going on.
Yeah, we'll for sure. Well, shit. When they drop trailers and shit, we'll for sure react to it. So we'll go from there. But yeah, Mando's been good. I enjoyed it. I do hope, like you said, with the mall, I hope they go with that route as far as like, there are Mandalorians that work for the Empire.
Yeah, I think that's pretty dope because you have like a battle between Mandalorians.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean? Really awesome. With different viewpoints. That'd be kind of tight.
But if they did throw Thrawn in there.
I just feel like it's kind of early for Thrawn.
Not saying I want it, but I'm not against it.
No, I'm not against it either. Honestly, I think it's kind of early, but if they do Thrawn, that'd be kind of tight too. Shit.
So we don't see. But yeah. What did you guys think of Mandalorian episodes 4 and 5 of season 3? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this reaction or review, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And this is The Way.
This is The Way.
Deuces.